Welcome back to another episode of Insights with Vinny Mac. My name is Vince, aka Vinny Mac. Today we're speaking about challenges. We all experience challenges in our daily walks. For some, it feels periodical. For some, it feels like it's just an everyday occurrence. So, if you are one of those people going through a challenge right now, then stay tuned because this particular video is just for you. Now, before we dive into the content or into the topic, I just want to say if you are new to the channel, or if you haven't yet, please by all means do subscribe to the channel. Like the content, drop me your feedback. I would love to hear from you. I would love to engage with you and interact with you as well. And if you're finding value from this particular channel, then please by all means do feel free to share it with the next person, pay it forward. I'm trying to impact as many people as I possibly can by sharing with them perspectives or insights from both a godly perspective as well as from a coaching perspective, just helping them unlock who they are capable of being in terms of their particular journeys. Like I said, we're speaking about challenges today, and it's something that we all experience. I mean, I've experienced it very, very recently in my life, and I went through a very difficult challenge where I actually got to the point where I started questioning God out of anger and out of rage because of the particular challenge that I was going through. And I want to share with you how I deal with challenges, especially this particular one that I went through right now, because it was a very personal challenge, it was a very difficult challenge. And it took a lot out of me to really move up and move past that particular challenge. And that is what I want to share with you today on this particular insight. Sometimes it feels like life or the devil or whichever way you want to look at it just knows which button to push and which is going to get you over the edge. What particular challenge, what particular just challenge is going to get you pushed past that point, that breaking point. And I got pushed so hard past this breaking point, I really became bitter and I really became angry, like I said. But then I had to stop and, I reflected because so many different people were trying to speak to me, but they couldn't get through to me because I was putting up walls. I was reflecting back or reverting back to that old man that just used to close off, keep everything locked up inside. And in the past, I used to keep it all locked up inside so much that, it started overflowing with inside of me, and then it would come out and just come out as something else. And in seeing that I was busy doing that, I caught myself and I stopped myself. So Sunday afternoon, the incident happened Friday night, so the whole weekend was ruined. Sunday afternoon, I said, you know what, I'm not going to deal with it that way anymore. I'm not going to deal with it the way I always used to deal with challenges. So I started reflecting, I started meditating, and I started writing down everything that I felt inside of me. And I poured out all my emotions on paper. And it sounds silly to some people, it sounds stupid, like how does that work? How does that help you? You'll be surprised when you actually sit and you write down all your thoughts, all your emotions, and you put it in front of you on a piece of paper and you look at it. Because now you're getting all those thoughts, all those emotions out of your head. Because remember, you have so many different thoughts flowing through your head. Sometimes thoughts get lost inside of your head, and you're bearing those particular thoughts and they just ferment, they become bitter, they become embroiled with other thoughts, small things that happen. And somewhere down the road, you just end up exploding at something insignificant, something small, because you never took time to get those thoughts that were bothering you out of your head. That is why I wrote down all my thoughts and I looked at them in front of the paper, or in front of me, on the paper in front of me. Okay, the next thing that actually did is it helped me validate these particular thoughts and feelings that I had inside of me. So now I could see them in front of me and I could ask myself, is it worth me holding on to this particular emotion? Is it worth me holding on to, the stresses and the pain that this is bringing me? And I figured very quickly that no, it's not, because it's causing bitterness in my relationship with God. It's causing me to put up walls with those people that are trying to help me as well. It's causing me to push them away, push them out. And that is not who I am. That is not who I want to be anymore. And so I've had to work through that particular aspect. And by writing it down, I was able to work through it much more stronger and much more effective. The next way that I deal with challenges, and the next way I dealt with this particular challenge, is mastermind groups. Reaching out to people, building up masterminds with people that are very strong in certain areas of your life. People that can sow into your life in different areas of your life. Maybe it be financially, emotionally, in terms of advice, in terms of guidance, in terms of relationships. Whatever it is, build yourself up, masterminds. This is what Napoleon Hill speaks about in Think and Grow Rich. He says, it's useful for you to build up a strong, effective mastermind that can get you through difficulties, that can help you break down processes and put strategic paths in where they can help you get from point A to point B so much quicker. This is why the Bible tells you that two are better than one. When one falls, the other one can help them back up. So you understand that there's an important correlation between relationships And the walk that we're walking in this life, we cannot walk this walk alone. We are not meant to be islands. And that is why I was so grateful to have these masterminds in place. People that I could reach out to, or people that reached out to me that could see I was going through a difficulty, and just help me unpack my emotions in such a way that it is structured, beneficial to me for my growth, and also beneficial for our relationship in terms of our path, our journey together going forward. So now going forward, I'm able to sow better into their lives because they were able to sow better into my lives, into my life. And that is why it's so important and so beneficial to have good, strong relationships with good, strong people in certain areas of your life. Okay, a third way that I deal with challenges is I normally reflect back. I look at situations where I had to go through something extremely, extremely difficult, where I just thought there was no way out, there was no way through, that I couldn't get past this particular thing. But somehow I'm sitting here today, and I'm making videos. That means I got through that challenge. Whether I got through it painfully, whether I got through it miserably, whether I got through it successfully and learned a lot, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's a reference point that I can refer back to and say, if I could get through that, I can get through this. I mean, I've been through some really, really difficult times in my life. I've been shot at gunpoint, I got shot literally at gunpoint. I got hijacked, which was just a difficult experience for me as well. Emotionally, I was like, in a bad space, especially after the hijacking, after the shooting incident. I was still okay, but after the hijacking, someone pressing a gun to my head, that left me with emotional scars. It left me in such a bad state emotionally and mentally. But getting through all of that and working through that emotions, if I could get through that, then yes, I could get through any other challenge that lies ahead of me. Now, you might not have such traumatic challenges or events that you can reflect back to, but you do have that feeling, that emotion that is attached with certain situations in the past that happened to you. And when you can tap back and look at those particular emotions that you felt in that particular instances, if you can relate to those emotions, then you can use that as a reference point to get you through the current challenge that you are facing right now. And the last point that I want to refer to in terms of dealing with challenges is, I referred to this at the beginning when I was speaking about writing down my emotions. Well, at the end of the day, challenges brings up feelings, and you are the one that, validate the feelings that you feel inside. You can either validate it as, feeling miserable, feeling broken, feeling depressed, I can't get past this. You can validate those feelings. Or you can say, this is a difficult challenge, it's really testing all that I'm capable of. But I choose to look for a way. I choose to find an alternative. I choose to find a way out of this. That is what we call reframing in coaching, So you can reframe the challenge. You can put a different spin on it. You can see, okay, what is good about this challenge? What can I learn from this challenge? And if I continue feeling this way, where is this road going to take me? If I'm going to continue feeling angry, frustrated, anxious, depressed, whatever it is, whatever the emotion is, if I continue feeling that way, where am I going to end up a week, a month, a year from now if I continue down that particular trend? Because, where you're, like Tony Robbins says, where attention goes, energy flows. You are going to be investing your energy into that particular challenge with regards to the emotions that you're feeling in that particular challenge. So ask yourself that question, audit your emotions and say, if I continue down this trend with this particular emotion, how is it going to benefit me? Where am I going to end up? And when you start asking those type of questions, the lights start going on. You start thinking, oh my word, this is not where I want to go. This is not what I want for myself. And then you start reframing and you start looking for alternatives and you start looking for ways to change your feelings associated with that particular challenge. Okay, so in closing, just a quick recap. We're speaking about challenges today, the difficulties and frustrations around challenges. Like I said, what I normally do is, and what I've done in specific challenges that I had very recently is, I write my feelings down and I look at them in front of me on a piece of paper. When you're able to get your thoughts out of your head and you write them down on paper, you can see the authenticity of these particular feelings and whether you want to hold on to them. Secondly, masterminds, they are extremely important and they are essential. They help you grow and develop, not just in a business sense, not just in a financial sense, but in an emotional sense as well, relationship sense, spiritual sense as well. Build yourself masterminds with people that are strong, that are capable, and that are aligned with your particular walk. Thirdly, like I said, reference points. Reflect back to experiences of the past and use those experiences, those emotions to help you get through the difficulty of the particular challenge that is in front of you right now. And then lastly, like I said, validate these feelings that you feel inside, because challenges brings up feelings inside of you. So validate those feelings Are they worth holding on to? Are they going to take you from where you are to where you are capable of being? We all like to, from time to time, dwell on these feelings and feel depressed and enjoy that feeling of depression. It happens from time to time. We love slumbering in these particular feelings. We love feeling sorry for ourselves. We love throwing pity parties. But He is taking us anyway. He is taking us to the next level in terms of our lives. I had to pull myself out of my pity party very quickly and realize that that is not the path that I want to go with my life. So I hope that you got value from these particular points that I shared with you. I hope that you can apply them in terms of your life whenever you are facing challenges. And I would love to hear your feedback with regards to this. So just to wrap it up, like I said, if you haven't yet, please by all means do subscribe to the channel, like the content, drop me your feedback. I would love to engage with you as well. And do share the content because I'm trying to impact as many people as I possibly can. Looking forward to hearing from you. Looking forward to seeing you on the next insight. For now, this is Vinny Max saying change your thinking, change your world.